is Thaila and it is Ostomonday. Yay! So this week I wanted to do a review on the Coloplast Brava Ostomy Belt. This is basically a belt that hooks on to the appliance to keep it sort of feeling a bit more secure. So I recently ordered one of the Coloplast Brava belts and it came in like this little thing here. Obviously I've opened it, but it was all nice and neat and folded together. But that's the pack that it came in. And this is it, this is the belt. So it's all folded up. On one end you've got the hook on this plastic bit, and then on the other end, and it's got an adjustable thing in the middle, so you can either make it really long or you can shorten it to make it shorter, obviously. And it's, like I say, it's elasticated, so it helps sort of obviously as you're moving and everything, it kind of adjusts with your movement, and you know, it's a nice soft material, and it's sort of it's not white, you know, like you can get a belt and it's really bright white, but this is kind of more of a beige, I guess. It's kind of like a creamy beige. I just need to use my glamorous assistant for this. Hold on. This is Ben. By the way, I'm 27, just in case you're wondering. Yeah. This is his appliance here. So this is effectively what the belt does. So this is a different brand. I don't even know where this came from. It's not got like a manufacturer's name on there or anything. I don't even know who made this belt, but it might be an old Coloplast one. I can't remember. But the principle's the same, where you basically hook it on to the sides here. So most of the appliances will have a hook. Some of the flat, I know with Coloplast, some of the flat appliances don't tend to have the hooks, but the one I use is a convex one and it does, and most of the two pieces will as well. So you've got the hooks on the side and the belt just hooks on quite easily like that. Benjamin here hasn't actually got a stoma, so I haven't actually stuck this onto his fluff, as it were. However, you can still see that it's in place and it's not moving, so clearly the belt is wonderful. And it can help if you've got like a retracted stoma or a very short stoma. Having a belt can help kind of not almost push it out, because a convex bag can help push it out, but it just adds to the, if you have convexity, it just adds to help point the stoma out a bit further. So how you would fit the Brava belt is quite simply, you'd have your, imagine this is obviously on you, and you'd have your base plate like this, and what you'd do is you just have the hook, and you just hook it on like that. Very easy to, and then it sits quite flush, like that, you can see. It's quite flush obviously once it's on, and then to obviously just take it off, you just unhook it again. So it's quite easy to use. And the plastic isn't quite it's kind of rounded. It's not sharp edges. It's nice and round, so it doesn't sort of dig in and sort of like make a mark. Because the one I wear at the moment it's got like an angled shape and it digs into the skin. Because I like my belt quite tight, because I have a sort of a stoma that kind of recessed on one side, and I have a convex bag, but it helps to have the belt just to push the stoma out a little bit more. So as I have it not like ridiculously tight where it cuts off circulation, but I have it, you know, quite tight. So I like having this kind of soft plastic. I say soft plastic, that's not what I mean, like rounded and sort of not sharp edges to the plastic bits on the edge of the belt. I mean, it's quite a nice, it's a nice material, it's nice and soft, and you know, it doesn't feel too stiff, I guess, and it's washable. You could wear it in the shower if you wanted. I don't particularly wear the belts in the shower, just because then it's all wet. I'd rather have just let my skin get all cleansed, you know. As I wear my belt almost 24 hours, then it's nice to have a break where in the shower I can just not wear it. Now, one of the downsides to this, as with most of the ostomy belts that I've tried, and it's just one of my pet peeves, and even this doesn't avoid the problem, but when I have this belt on, as with almost all belts, apart from the one I wear at the moment, is that when it's on, it will do this. And it's the most annoying thing ever. And I think maybe it's because it's skinny. I don't know whether if it was wider, it wouldn't be so, but it does that all the time. And it just really annoys, because that in itself is quite comfortable, but as soon as it does that, it narrows how much is actually in contact with your skin, and it feels like it's just digging in. You know when you get like for women, if you wear a pair of tights and they start to roll down, and they kind of roll and they kind of do that, it starts to dig in, and it's really uncomfortable. Exact same problem. And I've spoken to other ostomates as well, where they just hate the fact that the skinny, it's so skinny that if you're bigger, you end up getting like a muffin top where you have your belt, because I don't have it around my waist. My stoma is level with my hips, so I end up having like this weird outline where the belt is, and it basically creates this muffin top, which I hate. And I mean, I'm not huge, you know, I'm reasonably slender, but even I get the massive bulges where the belt is, and it's frustrating because it means that I don't wear a lot of the clothes that I probably could wear, even with an ostomy. I just tend to avoid them because of this unsightly bulge, and it's not specific to the Brava belt, it's all of those skinny ostomy belts that just, it frustrates me. But I need something, I need a belt to be able to wear my appliance with confidence. So it's a bit of a weird situation. The one I use, and again ignore the fact that it's grey, I put it in a dark wash, it's actually supposed to be this colour, and it came out this colour. It washed white on the inside of it, but then this is why I don't do housework or anything like that. But anyway, but this is the one. There was no name of like the manufacturer of this belt at all. And again, I think I want to say it's an old Coloplast one, but I really don't know. But this is the one I use. That's the end of the belt, and as you can see, it's got these sharp edges. It's not compared to the Brava belt. You know, it's you can see that the Brava belt is nice and rounded, so there's no sort of sharp edges, whereas this one is very kind of severe, and sometimes when I have the belt on quite tight, this will dig in and really kind of pinch almost. So what I tend to do with this one, just as a little tip if that happens for you, is what I tend to do is use some of this. So this is Ostofix 40. What I tend to do, these are the security frames, and you can basically you'd have two, so you'd have one on each side. No, so you'd have one on each side, but what I end up doing is just kind of cutting like a chunk like that. So I'll just have like that much, and I'll put it where the belt would kind of rub. So that just because I've noticed every time I wear an ostomy belt, I get like a little red patch where the belt is rubbing. Just because I do exercise and everything, I guess it's just when I move around it must leave a little mark. I mean, I deal with it, I've kind of found a solution, but again, it is just one of those things that is a bit frustrating, but like I say, I've kind of found a way around that. I think the thing that makes it roll like this is because it's kind of like a different material. Well, I don't know if it's the weave that's different, or I don't know. Because it stretches that way very well. It doesn't, I don't know what it is. There's a difference between whatever this was made out of and what this is made out of, because this is much more kind of rough and tough. I mean, to do that, it's very easy. Whereas to do that with this one, it's much stiffer. It's like a stiffer material. And I don't know whether it's just thicker or I don't know, but it's that versus, I mean, it's just so much squishier. And I think it is just, I think the comfort of the material means that the strength of the belt width-wise, so it stops rolling like that, has been compromised. I don't know. I mean, it's a nice belt, and it's nice if you don't have to have it too tight, it'll probably be fine, but the fact that I have to have it reasonably tight in order to keep the stoma out, it ends up just rolling, and that's kind of put me off using it, and I tend to just use my old ones. The problem with this is obviously, as I don't know who made it, I have absolutely no idea where to reorder it from. But, I mean, unless you recognise who makes the belts with this end, if any ostomates know, let me know who it is. I have a feeling, again, if it's old Coloplast, like an old product that they used to make that they now don't make, I don't know what I'm going to do. Unless I somehow make my own belt, which is where I kind of cut off the end and then make a wider one. It's just too much. So I do quite like the belt, and I like ostomy belts in general. The only things I don't like are the fact that it's so skinny. I'd much prefer like a thicker, like as in a wider belt. So instead of being like skinny, I'd maybe, you know, a bit thicker. Just A, because then maybe it won't roll. So, you know, when it does that foldy thing, maybe it won't do that, and maybe it won't give me that weird shape where I'm wearing clothes and you can see like a muffin. If it's a bit wider, then it's more like a girdle. So if I kind of put all my belts in a row, I did also have a Dansack one, which is similar to this one, but the hook ended up having like, it sort of went that way as well, so it seemed a bit more secure. So not only was it obviously a hook down around so it would hook into the belt, but also kind of like a oval that way, just almost like to lock it. I can't really describe it, but so it just felt a bit more secure. But again, the Dansack one had the same kind of bending problem. So say if I had my Brava belt, my Dansack and the Anonymous, I would choose this Anonymous belt because, again, it's just the material's thicker and it doesn't roll. I've had this probably, well, I've got two of these, one I'm wearing now and this one is my backup, like for when this one's in the wash. I've got this one. And it just seems to be a better material, it just seems a bit more sturdier. And yeah, it's probably not as soft a material as this, but for technicality's sake, I prefer that one than this one. My first choice wouldn't be the Brava belt, it would probably be the one I use at the moment, because it's a bit more sturdy and a bit more reliable, I guess. And even though the design of the Brava belt is sort of, it's very nice and soft and it does the job, it's just not quite as good as how I want it, purely for my pet peeve of the fact that it bends, and it's just frustrating. And it's one of them problems with these skinny belts, and I really wish that a manufacturer would think, right, hold on, we can take this, like the hook, plastic hook bit, but put it on to like so like have this bit here, but then make the rest of this belt, you know, probably like twice the width. That I would probably get on with, because it wouldn't be so obvious a muffin top, because it won't be so severe, it's a bit more gradual rather than the big whoop. It'd kind of be a bit more, I don't know, I can't really describe it. I know what I'm saying, and you probably know what I'm saying, I just can't say it. So overall, I like the intention of the Brava belt, and it does do the job, but it's just those little bits that I think could do with improving, like the quality of the actual belt itself. The hook at the end, perfect, and the soft material that is being used, really nice against your skin, but the sturdiness of it is just not quite there yet. It's too soft, and it will just roll too easily, and especially like if you're asleep and you're wearing a belt and you kind of roll around in bed, and it just doesn't seem to tick that box for me. So even though I love Coloplast, it's just one of them products that I just don't get on with. I hope you found this useful. See if you get on with it. You might get on with it, whereas I don't. This is the thing with products, you know. I know people who use the Brava belt and have been, you know, had no problems with it at all. They actually really like it. And also, if you know who made this, let me know, because I could do with a new one, because these are starting to get a little bit tatty. Finally, I want to thank my lovely assistant Benjamin. Isn't he beautiful? And he's so soft. Thank you. 27. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, or you can tweet me, or you can leave me a message on my Facebook page, or contact me on Instagram, or email me, or anything like that. You just all the contact details are in the information bar below. And yeah, just let me know what you think, and whether you've tried a product that's similar, or if you have any recommendations of other products for me to try, or anything like that. Get in touch and let me know. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! If you haven't already seen my video where Coloplast saved my social life again, go and watch it. It's an interesting story. It's one of those that I'll probably remember for the rest of my life, so go and watch that now. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!